Warning, if you get vertigo, are afraid of heights, or, I don't know, don't like sailboats, you probably shouldn't watch this video. Welcome. So as I've mentioned, I work as a volunteer deckhand aboard the Exy Johnson and Exy Johnson, two wooden, traditionally rigged 90-foot brigantines. Because we have square sails that can't be furled or unfurled from the deck, we get to do something pretty cool, climb aloft pretty much every time we sail. The ladders we climb to get into the rigging are called shrouds, and as you've probably noticed, I'm not clipped into anything or on a rope while climbing. We do wear climbing harnesses while aloft, but we are only clipped in when we get to where we'll be working. When on the futtock shrouds, which is the part of the shrouds that leans back to get to the top, aka the platform, there's a line that can be clipped into for our students that we take aloft. Even though I was to be working on the starboard side, when in port you always climb up the side away from the dock, so I transferred to the starboard side at the top. Here we've just got back from a sail, so we're heading up to furl the sails. It's your lucky day because I'm taking you all the way up to our highest yard, the topgallant. Once at the yard, I'll be clipped into a steel safety line while working to roll up the sail and gasket it to the yard. Just so you can see what we stand on when aloft, I'm cutting quickly to another angle, and there's Shannon working down there on the lower topsail. We stand on foot ropes that are attached to the yard, and the goal is to have your waist be about at the yard. There's an old adage, one hand for the ship and one for yourself, which means that you can hang on with one hand and work with the other, so a lot can be done with one hand. Being in port meant that we could work with both hands, as you see both Shannon and I doing. The trick for me is that our foot ropes are pretty short because we take middle school students aloft, which means I have to do things like put a foot out on the braces sometimes to get myself in the proper position. Of course, this is the biggest headache when furling the topgallant, which is where we are now, and it is the highest sail and has the shortest foot ropes. I got into sailing when the outdoor program I was working for in San Diego hired the Irving for a 4-day voyage and just kept working as a volunteer afterwards. It's a cool community to be a part of, as like in the outdoor industry, there's such a diversity of people and stories. Being a rock climber before I started sailing, I never had too much of a problem when climbing aloft. Granted, the rock doesn't move and sway like a ship does, and yes, we still go aloft in big seas, but fear has never been too big of an issue. I have a healthy respect for how high we are and the inherent danger, just enough to keep me on my toes and never get complacent up there. I cut out a lot of my original video, which is over 11 minutes long, and will be linked to at the end of this video. If you want to see more of what we're actually doing aloft, check out the other video. See ya!